Right, speaking of records, this guy's on a track to break some and then some. This guy's story is incredible. Back in 2022, we interviewed Valley man Clayton Wolfe, who at the time had just finished climbing Mount Everest. Now, about 3 years later, the avid climber is back for another story of success, completing the world's 7 summits. Of course, all while supporting a good cause. So here to talk about his journey and what those 7 summits are is Clayton himself. Clayton, good morning and congratulations on such a huge feat. You actually just got back from Russia on the 24th because you summited the highest mountain there.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you for having me this morning.
Yeah, so tell me about that experience.
In Russia, I mean, it was a great mountain, very windy and cold. Probably the biggest challenge with Russia, though, was simply getting in and out of the country. So very unique experience in that realm.
So you've done 7 of the highest mountains on the 7 continents here. Which one was the hardest and why?
Yeah, definitely Mount Everest. Denali would be a close second to that just because of the physical component to it. But with Mount Everest, you're spending anywhere from 45 to 70 days on the mountain. So something as simple as just staying healthy makes it very challenging because you're pushing your body to the limit at extreme altitudes.
When you get to those peaks, especially when you've gone to the highest point in the world, what does it feel like being up there?
It's hard to put into words.
Yeah.
There's no greater feeling, especially when you're on the top of Mount Everest, the tallest point on Earth. Just that feeling that no one else is taller than you at that point in time. It's just an incredible feeling.
Wow. So we were seeing some photos of you on other mountains there. That's my goal at Mount Kilimanjaro one day.
It's a great mountain.
Yes, I've told myself that I can do that by the time I'm 45, and you're 35 already summiting all of these mountains here. What's the training like? It's got to be intense.
It varies per mountain, but for example, Everest was the most challenging training. You know, that was me on Piestewa Peak with a 50-pound pack going up and down 4 times in a row, without stopping, doing that multiple times a week, for example.
Wow, okay, that's amazing. I know you've done this for a good cause, raising money along the way.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm part of the Soros Children's Charities, and it's a group of 50 young professionals that raises money for local children's charities, about 30 of them. We raise a couple $1 million a year. I'm really proud to have raised over $250,000 since starting, but when I was climbing Mount Everest, $15,000 of which I actually raised by having these little golden tokens.
Oh, wow.
You can engrave them, and I sold them to people, and they had them engraved. I brought them to the summit of Mount Everest, and then when I returned, I gave them back to supporters that had a little piece of the summit themselves.
Wow, that's amazing.
So there was that, and then prior to me being a residential real estate agent and in the Saguaros, I used to be a farmer. I had a farm-to-table food brand called Northerly, and I grew oatmeal and had rolled oats. They were in grocery stores all across the country, including Erewhon in California. I had a Climb and Give campaign, and basically I committed to donating the summit elevation of each mountain I climbed in terms of servings of food. So in February 2020, I was able to donate about 11,000 pounds of food, 59,000 servings of rolled oatmeal to St. Mary's Food Bank here in Phoenix.
Wow, incredible. So I know that you've already done 7 of the highest mountains in the world, but you're not done yet. So tell us about this next challenge that you plan to pursue.
Yeah, with the 7 summits being complete, my next goal is to cross-country ski to both the North and South Pole. If I do that in combination with the 7 summits, it's called the Explorers Grand Slam. Only about 70 people have done that. And basically all I'm waiting for is to partner up with an individual or a business who's willing to sponsor me. It's a great advertising opportunity. And the cool component of it is if someone's willing to help me get to the North and South Pole, I'm going to commit to fundraising $250,000 to Soros Children's Charities on their behalf.
Amazing. All right, well, hopefully we'll check in with you in the near future after you complete the Grand Slam there. Clayton, thank you so much for being here.
Nice
Appreciate
meeting
your
you.
time. Yeah, good luck. Incredible.